Hello, friends. You know my New Year resolution. It is to write a book and share my story. I've already made a video on it. The link is in the description. Now, I was wondering, when did storytelling start? Let me take you back, like way back, before cities, before phones, before schools, before even proper language, the way we know it. Imagine early humans, cavemen, they go out to hunt. They come back tired, hungry, maybe injured. With fire, cooking came naturally. Now, picture this scene. People return from the hunt. Few people are busy cooking the food. But what about others? You can't cook instantly. You have to wait. So, what were people doing while waiting for food? They were not scrolling Instagram, obviously. They were not checking emails. They were sitting, looking at flames, listening to the crackling wood, feeling the heat. And I bet they were talking. They must have been sharing their day's experience with each other. Today, we saw something. Today, we almost got killed. Today, this happened. Today, he saved me. The waiting time around fire after the hunt, that must have been the first podcast in human history. And that is where I think storytelling started. Not in classrooms, not in books, in hunger, in waiting, in community. Because whenever humans sit together with time, stories appear automatically. And the people who spoke the best, who could hold attention, who could make others feel something, those people must have been the first storyteller. Now, here is what is interesting. Storytelling is not same as communication. Communication is information. Storytelling is information plus something extra. If I say, we hunted an animal, that's communication. But if I say, we hunted an animal and it almost turned back on us, and for a second, I thought I won't return home, and then I saw my friend run towards it. Now, it becomes something else. It becomes a story. Because storytelling is information layered with character build-up. Who did what? Place description. Where it happened. Emotion. How it felt. Tension. What could go wrong. Meaning. What it taught. So, storytelling is communication, but with a soul. It is not just what happened. It is where it felt like. It is why it mattered. And I think this is one of the biggest human abilities. Animals also communicate. In fact, some animals communicate brilliantly. Birds warn each other. Bees do those dance signals. Dolphins coordinate. Wolves hunt in packs. Animals communicate to survive. But humans do something extra. Humans tell stories. We don't just say danger. We say, last time we ignored danger, we lost someone. We don't just say go there. We say, there is a river, and beyond that river, there is a place. And once I was there, something happened. We don't only exchange information, we create meaning. And meaning is what separates us. Meaning is what builds cultures, traditions, religion, family identity, pride, fear, ambition, everything. So when I say writing a book is storytelling and not language, this is what I mean. Because storytelling is older than grammar. Storytelling is older than dictionaries, older than roles. It started around fire, not around textbooks. Now some people will think storytelling is only for adventurous people. Like only if you climbed Everest, or you went to war, or you built a billion-dollar company. Then you have a story. But I don't agree. For adventurous kind, every endeavor can be a story, yes. Because they go out, take risks. They collect experiences like souvenirs. But for ordinary people, I think 30-40 years of life is a long time to have a story to share. And by ordinary, I don't mean boring. I mean most of us. People who live normal lives on the outside. But inside, it's never normal. Because life is not only big events. Life is also first time you felt you're not good enough. First time you lied to your parents. First time you lost a friend. First time you were betrayed. First time you realized you're not a child anymore. These are stories too. In fact, these are the stories that most people relate to. Because not everyone climbed Everest, not everyone started a company, not everyone fought a war, but everyone fought something inside the house, inside the mind, inside the heart. So the question is not, do I have a story? The question is, am I paying attention? Because stories are everywhere. Most people live in fast-forward mode. We rush through moments and later say nothing happened in my life. No, things happened. You just didn't notice they were shaping. And a storyteller is simply a person who notices. They notice patterns. They notice small changes. They notice what broke them, what built them, what changed them. And then they put it into words so someone else can see it too. That's it. And honestly, the most powerful stories are not always loud. Sometimes the best stories are quiet. They don't have explosions. They have realizations. They have a turning point, a sentence that changed you, a decision you regret, a decision you are proud of. Storytelling is the oldest way of transferring human experience. So, if you are sitting there thinking, I'm not a writer, let me say something. Maybe you're not a trained writer, but you are a human. And if you are a human, you already have the raw material. You already have memories. You already have moments. You already have pain, joy, mistakes, growth. That is the fuel. Now, only you need the skill of shaping it. And shaping it does not require perfect language. It requires honesty, clarity, and practice. That's it. So, when I look at those cavemen waiting for food, I don't just see hunger. I see birth of storytelling. I see the first time one human held attention of another human, not with power, not with money, but with experience. And I think that ability is still inside us, even today. So if you are watching this and you feel you have a story, but you are not writing, maybe you don't need confidence. Maybe you need accountability. Maybe you need a reason. Maybe you need to start small, one memory at a time, one page at a time. Tell me in the comments, what's one moment from your life that you can turn into a story? Just one moment. And if you can't think of one, that's fine. Start with this question. What experience changed me? That is where every story starts. Thank you for watching. If you like my video, please share and subscribe.